What's good? I just wanted to make a quick blurb here. The um, Kevin James virus in the simulation is being pushed on us even more than we thought. It's going to be pushed on us more than we thought. And I didn't really want to talk about it because I felt that if I did, I would be assisting in pushing it. Um, and something weird happened. I'll tell you in a moment, but um, earlier today, there's this guy, or it's obviously Kevin James, but that started this TikTok account called Matt Taylor, and most people speculate that this is supposed to be like a promo for an up and coming future movie, and that the TikTok account of this guy who looks exactly like Kevin James is anyways, my bad. I haven't processed this yet, obviously, and I just click. I'll tell you in a minute. Just give me a moment. So I seen that pop up earlier, and I thought about talking about it, and I was like, but then I'm spreading it, right? And um and so that was my first thing that happened this morning, and I thought to myself, like, how come this and how come now, right? And I don't remember, a few minutes ago something prompted me to. I don't know if I frankly just don't remember, like, a few minutes ago, but for some reason I decided if that's being pushed on us, I should look this up. So I go on Google, obviously, I look it up, and I said most recent movies made by Kevin James, or latest movies by Kevin James, or featuring Kevin James, and apparently he is, or has been, pushed on us more than I realized, right? And he is being even more pushed on us than I realized, right? So early this morning, the Kevin James, the Matthew Taylor guy on TikTok, uh, character, and and what's weird about that is like I said, it seems random, and most people just assume it's just a form of guerrilla marketing for a new movie that might be coming out, and which makes the most obvious sense. But there's something off about that, energetically at the reality level. There's something to that, and as I said, I'm just processing it. I haven't thought deeper. Normally, my brain just generates the complexity automatically most of the time, and then other times it does take me some time to, absorb it and then just kind of like make an assessment. But a lot of the time, like, the connections just, it's like a switch. You flip it on and it all connects, and I can see it all at once, right? All the reasons. In this instance, it's just, my brain's being slow. And um, so, so I don't immediately have anything off the top of my head other than a replica, right? Or imprint, fractile, right? Or of Kevin James, right? And, at first when I saw it, because that's the rumor is that there's that it, I don't know, rumor is not the correct word. There's this, it's currently, given what we've discussed, it is currently, I consider what we have discussed, us, on this channel and our channels. Uh, um, I consider that, and now, and I think about how that is applied to the manifestation of this character. So on a reality level, then okay, on the surface level, on the objective, level, on the rational real world level, it's, he's just playing, it's a guerrilla marketing tactic for a movie, and so he's pretending to be this guy named Matt Taylor, right? On the reality level, to promote a new movie. I mean, on a real reality level, you know what I'm saying. But then on a reality level, the way we discuss it around here, that is possibly like I don't know if fractile is the word, but that is a fractale, but it is a kind of okay. Here's a good way to put it. Imagine like it's some kind of cinematic movie, some kind of movie or show, action adventure show, and you got the good guys and the bad guys, and they're fighting, and the good guys attack the bad guy, and they slice him with a sword or blow him up with a bomb, uh, or whatever, right? And then the bad guy kind of like, how movies go, they kind of like multiply, it increases their power or something like that. It's almost like with what we've been saying. This sounds crazy. With what we've been saying, it's almost like we have attacked the virus, the KJ, the KJV, which is another acronym for King James Version Bible, right? But in this case, it's the KJV, the Kevin James virus, which leads to Kevin James syndrome. Like through us bringing so much, it sounds crazy, don't it? Because of us bringing so much power into into it, because of us like exposing it, it took a hit, right? And now it's multiplied, on a reality level, on a fractile level, right? It created a carbon copy of itself in the form of Matt Taylor, but it's Kevin James, right? So I guess that might be the best way. I know you guys could probably come up with some really good ways to put that into words. Uh, and funny, and it's insane that I used to win writing contests and was known to be that kid that wrote all the time, right? And I can't, generate the words to put into words what I'm saying. I guess I would be better at writing it all out, but anyways, so that was my first impressions of the Matt Taylor thing, Matthew Taylor or whatever, and and I just now realized this. He's an art teacher, right? In this thing, right? So, but this evening or tonight, something led me to just look it up. Like, what is his latest movie? And then I started looking through all the movies that he's done and shows, and I didn't even look at any shows. But I just quickly scrolled through some movies, and it's like it has been pushed on us a lot more than I realized. And he's having 2 movies coming out this year. And so since he's having 2 movies coming out, and I seen the thing earlier on TikTok, it led me to believe this is really going to be pushed on us, right? Um, and so, interestingly, and again, I have not processed this right. I mean, even what I just talked about is just surface level off the top of my head. Like, I haven't looked too much into it deeper. But one of the movies, and I don't know if he's ever made any movies like this before, but in this movie that's coming out, he is like part of the mob, and he has a serious role. He's no longer the oofy doofy character. Um, he actually is going to play like a serious role, and uh, so my immediate thoughts were, okay, well, this is the next phase of his acting career. On a regular reality level, right? This is the phase in his acting career where he's going to transition into doing more serious roles, and he's arrived at a point in his career where he can be taken more seriously in that kind of way. And but then on another reality level, on our reality level, um you know the question I propose, because I have not asked myself, I'm just saying it, is, okay, so what does this mean at the reality level, since he's going to take on more serious masculine roles where he's protecting his family, he's in the mob and he protects his family, right? On this movie that's in the works, right? And then the other movie is called Playdate, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are the two movies that are coming out this year, and actually, and so he's got Playdate and he's got um, One Up or whatever, something up, and the other movie, Playdate, is really oofy doofy. He plays the oofy doofy in contrast with another dude, and the other dude in the movie, he's like hyper Chad masculine. Like, he's a big Chad with muscles, tall, and he fights. All he does is fight. And him and the little boy he takes care of, all they do is like to bond with each other, that they're fighting each other. And then we're talking about like a 10-year-old kid, kind of like that, right? Uh, so 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 they're making a spectacle out of, even in the movie trailers and the little clips. I watched one of them, and so uh, even in that one trailer, or whatever, it just depicted. It was like a trailer, but it was more like a clip of the movie or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a clip. It didn't look like a trailer, right? It looked more like a clip from the movie or something, or clips of the montage, right? Of clips from the movie. And like I said, the Chad dude is like muscular and all good looking and masculine, and he's like really over the top, hyper masculine, like exaggerated, way exaggerated form of the hyper masculine guy, and who's being chased down by some people who want to off him, and or for whatever reason. And then the Kevin James character, he's the oofy doofy goofy dad that gets caught up into it, right? And that dynamic, that contrasting dynamic between oofy doofy and the hyper masculine, it just makes both of those look pretty stupid, right? It makes them both look really stupid, and inept, uh, and so it's attacking masculinity, and all from both, coming from both sides. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, just want to make a quick blurb about it before I hit the sack, and it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild how, um, yeah. So I did not realize that the Kevin James. So I call it the Kevin James virus, and it looks like they're trying to program another virus into everyone by introducing. It's like it's on. Okay, it's like the reality is on double defense. You get what I'm saying? So we hit it. It created a replica of itself. As crazy as that sounds. And then, in this sense, with this movie, it also created a replica of itself by creating a dynamic where not only does it have the oofy doofy, but the hyper masculine guy. So in a way, that's another version of of splitting. See, in both instances, it's splitting. It's splitting. It's an alternative, equal alternative, opposite of the Kevin James trope or the Kevin James virus, right? So it's almost like, does that make sense? It's crazy because they're two different things. The Matt Taylor thing is totally different from the Playdate movie. But in both of those instances, it's a split of the Kevin James character. Like it's now there's, fractals of it or splits of it, and so that means it's been hit and it's split into different fractals. Okay, most people think I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it makes sense if we get more into it. But and then you got our question: why out of nowhere? Unless I'm in the dark and and I have not kept up. I literally have not kept up with Kevin James. Right. The only thing I know about him is Oofy Doofy Dude. Right. It's the only thing I know. I don't know what movies he's done. I don't know. Maybe he has done serious movies that I'm just not aware of. But tonight I became aware of him doing where he is the masculine character. Maybe that's a means to suck people in, get familiar with him. Those who are not affected by the Kevin James virus, that is to suck the masculine men in, the unaware masculine men, by depicting him as an actual masculine man in that movie form. You know what I'm saying? Who protects his family, but he's in the mob, so he's got that criminal element, which is associated with masculinity, and that's to draw the men in. And then later they find out about his other movies like Mall Cop and Playdate and whatever oofy doofy do. Maybe it's like a trap, if you will. I don't know, man. I'm just like I said. In reality, I have not even processed any of it, so I'm just going off the surface right now. So be cool to hear what anybody has to say about it. So the Kevin James virus, if you get it, you get Kevin James syndrome. Okay, and we can go in that a little later. All right, that's all.